Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bayou Time Sports. I'm Stan Gravois. Collegiate baseball is coming to a conclusion in our area. And the LSU Tigers hope that it doesn't come too quick, as they're going to be moving on to the SEC tournament in just a couple of weeks. Unfortunately, they had a tough weekend this weekend. Before we look at some highlights, let's look at the standings in the SEC. LSU still sits there at number 3, but they're in a tie with Georgia, and they really gained no ground. And they had the opportunity to do just that because Arkansas went out and took 3 from Texas this past weekend. And guess who the Tigers have coming into Baton Rouge this week? Yep, it's the Arkansas Razorbacks, who are hot as hot can be. Again, LSU lost 2 of 3 to Texas A&M, a team that has not done very well early in the year, but obviously there was a lot of talent on that team and people worried about what they could and can be, and they're starting to get it together just a little bit. Georgia is making a run as it stands now. Tennessee lost 2 out of 3 again this weekend, so they dropped even a little further. Alabama, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt are your teams that are at the top of the leaderboard. And then there you see the bottom again. It amazes me that Missouri is 0-24, but they are just that. Again, getting back to that LSU Texas A&M series this weekend, it looked like in the third game, LSU was going to come back and take it. Let's take a look at what happened in this one. Early on, LSU just could not get the bat on the ball. There is something about lefties that LSU just has trouble with. This is the first inning where the young man from Texas A&M basically came in and struck out the side. But after 2 miscues by Texas A&M, where they really had the runners dead to rights at the plate, the LSU runners, LSU was leading 2-0, and then they get this bomb. That's a young man, Hernandez, the catcher, who is really good, doing a great job for the Tigers. He hits it out of the park. They score 4. Looks like they're in great shape until you get to the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 runners get on. Usually Cowan is a guy we can expect to come in and shut the door on the opposing team as a closer. He could not get it done against Texas A&M. He gives up that bomb. That scores 2. Texas A&M goes ahead in this game. They end up winning it 6-4 was your final score, and the Tigers lose 2 of 3 from Texas A&M, excuse me. What makes it even tougher is you do have Arkansas coming into town, who is extremely good, and they're hot right now. Now, you do end it with South Carolina. They're going to be playing against Coach Maneri, the old coach of LSU, but South Carolina is having a really dreary season this year. So going into the SEC tournament, certainly the Tigers are going to be there. It's where they're going to be. Hopefully 2 out of 3 from Arkansas. Let's hope that that can happen, because I really believe they could sweep South Carolina to finish it up. We certainly hope that's the way it all plays out. Unfortunately, in Southland Conference play, the Colonels baseball team are going to have to struggle just to get into the conference tournament. Southeastern is leading it all. They are 20-7 right now as it stands. They are in a tie with Texas Rio Grande Valley. Texas Rio Grande Valley is really good. The difference is that the 2 teams have not played the same amount of conference games because of rainouts, because of scheduling situations. They played a little different, yet they're both tied at the top of the standings. There you see Nichols only ahead of Stephen F. Austin and Incarnate Word. The Colonels, as it stands right now, are 16-30 on the season, 9-18 in conference play, 11 games back. So obviously there is no Southland Conference regular season championship in sight for the Colonels. They do play Southeastern this weekend to finish it all off, right? And Southeastern is a team that no matter how good they're playing in a given year, the Colonels always give them 7 kinds of heck. And I think they could do it again this year. Those games will be played in Thibodaux at Ray Didier Field, so we hope that the Colonels come out and play well to end it up. Now listen, 8 teams get into the conference tournament, so if some things happen along there, you hope that the Colonels find their way into the conference tournament. Certainly the only way to get into the NCAA tournament for Nichols would be to win the conference tournament. So we do hope that that can happen along the way. And there you see the full slate of teams in baseball in the Southland Conference. Let's jump to softball. The Lady Colonels had a terrific year. They really came on strong. Somewhere in the middle of the season, Coach Ron Frost and that team really turned it on. The hardest part going in as a number 3 seed into the Southland Conference tournament was to lose that first game on Thursday against Stephen F. Austin. That put them right square behind the 8 ball, and they never could fully recover, although they really gave it the college try. First game on Thursday against Stephen F. Austin, they lose it 7-4. This was all held in Hammond. I like the way the ladies do this. In the Southland Conference tournament, if you're the number 1 seed, you get to host 3 other teams at your home park. If you're the number 2 seed, you get to host 3 teams at your home park. So in Hammond, this was your pool play going into the finals. And Southeastern comes out as your winner. By record, it's justified that they got to play in Hammond. They'll be going on to take on McNeese for the championship of it all. Again, going right down the line, Nichols did come back and defeat Houston Christian. They did come back and defeat Stephen F. Austin convincingly by 10 runs, but couldn't get it done against the Lady Lions in that particular pool championship, 4-3. Nonetheless, a really good season for the Lady Colonels. We'll be back with more HTV right after this.
This segment was brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.